Hello, friend. It's Katie here. I'm going to be talking about fast and easy makeup today, how you can do it even if you've got really low capacity or you're really busy and you just want to feel a bit better. So, I've got five great products for you today and two keys to what I think is just makes or breaks your makeup habit, makeup routine. So let's see what we're going to get into today. So, fast and easy makeup for low energy or busy days. Um, the products that I'm going to use, how I'm going to use it, and then we're going to have a little song and tips on how you can make a difference by leveraging YouTube too, which is what I'm doing. So, welcome to today's chat, our live stream. I haven't been able to live stream since April, and I'm really happy to be able to do this with you. I'm using a great software, if you haven't heard of it before, called Ecamm Live. So, let me just check that you can hear me okay. So you'll hear a little bit of clicking of my mouse. I'm just going to see the sound levels just a minute. Yep, so the sound levels look pretty good. If you're in the comments, just let me know if that's okay, if you can hear and see me okay. Now I'm just going to bring my camera just forward a little bit. So unlocking the scene. So if you know anything about Ecamm, they've got a great 21-day challenge at the moment. So Ecamm is the program that enables me to do all this fancy stuff. Whoops, the dog is doing something to the light over here and everything's going on. Um, so I'm just going to center myself here. So all this wisteria, if you're watching on the video, the live video or on the replay, you'll see some wisteria and some purple backgrounds and my name in the corner. That's just nice to look at, and I've made that in Canva and put it into the program called Ecamm Live just to make it look attractive, look interesting for you to watch. So let's get into these makeup tips, fast and easy makeup. So are you somebody who struggles a little bit with um, wanting to just feel better, even if you've got very, very low capacity? And I totally understand that. And that's one of the things that I absolutely love helping people with. So I've got my earplugs in if you're watching. So I can't put my um, hair thing back, so I'm going to do this without that. So the first product that I'm going to use out of the five that is a real game changer is a primer. So that might surprise some people because they'll think, oh, that's a real sort of luxury product that you don't really need. So why is she choosing that out of the five products that I'm going to be using for the makeup? Well, it actually saves you a lot of time with your makeup. It really, if it's a good quality one, like this one from Jane Iredale, um, it can really speed up and make your complexion just soak that makeup in without you having to use so much as well. So I'm just going to use a little bit on my screen here. Try not to hit the microphone or anything. So this one gives what's called an illuminating glow. Just it minimizes pores and wrinkles. It makes your skin feel baby soft, silky smooth, and it just gives a lovely luminosity to the skin, which is great. And the other thing that's really great about it is see how fast it was for me to put on, even when I'm chatting away to you. So just before I start with an easy foundation, I'm going to use a tinted moisturizer. which is another fantastic thing to use quickly. Let's chat to you about this as I do it, actually. The two keys, I think, to fast and easy makeup are to use multi-purpose products. That's the first key. Things that, it's easy for you to put them in your bag because you've just got a few things. And they do a lot, so you don't have to have multiple things in your makeup bag or on your counter. You can just pick up one thing and it does a number of things. So the other key is think about what are the areas that you really want to work on in your face. Have you got pale lashes, pale brows? Or is your skin needing a bit of attention? It's a bit blotchy or very dry, all these sort of things. So think about what you want to really focus on. And for fast makeup, really focus your attention on that and don't worry too much about other things. The other thing is that when people see you, the first thing that they see is this middle part of your face. So if you've only got a tiny bit of capacity, you could get a pressed foundation, pressed powder base. And this, if it's high quality, if it's mineral makeup, mineral foundation like Jane Iredale, and just put it in the middle, this has very fine minerals. So it doesn't sit in your wrinkles, make you look wrinkly and old. It's very fine and it feels ever so light. Somebody asked me the other day, I don't wear makeup because it just feels really heavy on my skin. And I hate that feeling. Well, these things just feel like you're putting a gentle lotion on your skin. It doesn't feel heavy whatsoever. And also, they don't have parfum, which is the French for perfume, which is chemical smells in them. So they don't trigger, a histamine release in your body or, feeling awful like that. So those are the first two products. Dream Tint by Jane Iredale, Mineral Foundation. My brain's just catching up with what I'm doing. A tinted moisturizer hydrates and minimizes the appearance of fine lines and pores as well. And it's got an SPF in it, so it's multi-purpose. So it's really, really good. And then my absolute fave of all time product is a 4-shade bronzer. It's a bronzer, if you're listening to the podcast, with 4 different shades sort of vertically in a little in one palette. It's not a palette, it's in one cake of minerals, and it comes, you buy a little compact for it to go in. So a brilliant thing about a 4-shade bronzer like Jane Iredale's is that their products are natural, so you can use them all over your face. And actually, talking about that primer you can use as a hand cream and as a body cream, and it's very, very hydrating. It's got hyaluronic acid, which draws in moisture and hydrates, so you can use it over your body as well. So that's brilliant. So this one, the first thing to do with a 4-shade or a 3-shade or a 2-shade bronzer, this one has a bit of a shimmer in too. I'm just tapping off the brush as I brush it, is to swirl around all of the colours and then create a shape of a 3 on both of the outsides of your face. So go across to the outside, from the middle to the outside of your forehead, from the outside to the middle under the cheek, on the cheekbone, and then on a jawline. So do you see what I mean? It creates a 3, and you don't need much at all. And even though if you look at the colours, they look really sort of orangey and pinky. But on the skin, because it's natural and because it's fine, high quality minerals, you don't see a bright sort of lumps of colour at all. It just blends really, really well. And then you can squash your brush. I'm using a Jane Iredale contour brush, which is really multi-purpose as well. You can squash it and just put it as contour, so on your cheekbones, and with the darkest shade. Then you can take one of the other dark shades or the same one and put that on your eyelid. If you've got hooded eyes like me, you can just lift it up a little bit on your eyelid. And you can use it as eyeshadow, you see. So I'm just bringing a bit of the lighter colour up higher on my eyelid, and that lighter colour just on the apples of the cheeks. And it just gives you that lovely youthful glow. And I'm just putting popping a bit on the centre of the forehead and the centre of the chin. Then I'm taking the lightest colour and putting that like as a highlight on top of my cheekbones. So it just highlights. You could also, oops, sorry, for people who are listening to the podcast, you can put the darker colour on either side of your nose as well if you want to elongate your nose, or not necessarily thin your nose, not really elongate it. Okay, so I did that all with one brush, contour brush, and I just did that very, very quickly. If you want to use different brushes, you can use like a crease brush on the eyes, and that will get the pigment there a little bit more and really work into the crease and blend really, really well. And you can use a smaller brush that's a denser brush and really pack that colour, whatever colour you choose, like the lightest colour, for example. You can just press it to the inside of your eyelids, the inner edge of your eyelids, and it gives a lovely awakening look. It makes you look quite awake. And then you could use the same brush and pack the darker colour on the outer corners of your eyelid, and that will just define your eyes even more, and it packs the colour on if you've got a denser brush like that. And then I think what's really important, so that was the third product. Yes, that was the third product. Next one is, actually, let's do the one that I was just going to do just then. I was going to talk about brows. So some people don't need to do very much with their brows, apart from if they're nice and thick and well tamed and have got a nice strong colour that suits their skin tone, then all they need is a little bit of clear gel, a clear brow gel. I use a brow gel that's got a little pigment in it, and it just thickens the brows and shapes them, defines them. I'm going to try and do this through my camera, so on the computer. So, hang on, I have got a mirror with me. So I'm just going to draw this over my brows. So it's not going to look like, none of this makeup is going to look like, you want to go out on a real fancy evening out. This is just everyday makeup. This is just to make you feel and look a bit better, look a bit more awake, improve your skin tone, hydrate your skin, and just to improve the way you feel and your appearance like that. So this colour is a little bit too dark for me, so I have to just take a little bit off the middle so it's not so strong in the middle, and take a little bit off on the edges as well. So that is a brow gel. Brow gel is really quick and easy to use. So next we are going to get on to another lovely product. It's great to see you here, Keith. Thank you for coming. Good evening to you. This one is by Jane Iredale. You can tell I adore them. I'm trained in them. They're really high quality and lovely, lovely products. This one is a lip and a cheek stain. So it actually, even though it looks bright orange, it has this amazing function of changing to your skin tone. So it gives it's like a lip balm with a colour. It's so lovely for dehydrated lips. It just feels so smooth and silky. And then you can take a little bit, just pop it on apples of your cheeks and rub that in a little bit, and it will give you that lovely look, like rosy cheeks, healthy rosy cheeks, just ever so quickly. It's brilliant. I absolutely love that product. Then if you've got really pale lashes like me, you can use a mascara, and you can choose to use one that's thickening or lengthening, whatever you want. And it's really good with mascara to wiggle it at the base of your lashes. I'm just going to very, very quickly do this so that you're not bored while I'm doing it. So the one that I'm using is the most basic one that Jane Iredale sells, which really works for me. And I just put it on my top lashes and just a tiny little bit sometimes on the bottom lashes. So I haven't added that into my 5 products mascara because not everybody uses it, and it's not a multi-purpose product. You can get your lashes dyed, or you can get lash extensions if you want, things like that. So you don't have to have mascara. Bonus product, guys. Bonus product is a finishing spray. So you can use just a basic one. Whoops, turning up round to the camera. Evian facial mist, facial spritz, which has got very fine mist of cooling, refreshing water, and that helps the colours to just pop if you're using clean beauty, if you're using mineral makeup. It makes the makeup just lie on your skin more beautifully. And if you notice on the video, if you're watching that, the colours are just coming alive on my skin. So you can use one like that, or a lovely relaxing one like this white tea facial mist by Neal's Yard Organic. So white tea is very, what's the word, antioxidant. My surname before I was married was Oxley, so it's quite easy to make a mistake and say antioxidant. White tea is really, really good for you, basically. Anti-aging and that sort of thing. And this one has Bach flower remedies in it, which are ultra relaxing. So you can just spritz around. I did that a bit too much in my face then. And that comes, just blends and helps you to relax. So just don't get it in your mouth like I just did. So that is that. So I hope that's given you some little tips of things that you can do. And it just, when I look in the screen where I'm looking now, I just look a bit more alive, which gives me a lift. And it hasn't taken me very long at all. So bonus. And Keith says, what a quick transformation. Thank you, Keith. All we need now is the hat to go with the look. Yes, so Keith is absolutely right. I I have many hats. I adore hats, and they're part of my look. If you've watched my live videos that I do, I like to wear a hat all the time. But it's a rainy evening here in the UK, and so I haven't got my hat on at the moment. And Keith had a teacher in his last school 60 years ago called Mr. Oxley. How interesting. There's only like a couple of families other than ours that I've heard that are Oxley families. So that's really interesting, Keith. Thanks for letting me know about that. Okay, we're now going to have a little sing-song and then a little bit of a chat about how my YouTube journey and how I feel that it really could help you if you're somebody who really struggles with sort of being in bed all the time, being housebound all the time. I'm not bedbound. I am in bed a lot of the time, but I'm sitting up in bed, and then I'm able to get up and do things, and I'm able to drive a little bit and things, which is such a blessing. So I am not bedbound, but I know that a lot of my fellows who have chronic fatigue syndrome, chronic Lyme disease, ME we call it in the UK, I know a number of them are bedbound. So I just want to give some tips to help you and encourage you, because we can make a difference in this world even if we're stuck in bed. But before that, let's have a little sing-song, shall we? And I'm just moving. That's why if you're on the podcast, you can hear squeaking going on. And today I just thought I'm going to sing a song from Les Miserables. Just moving my camera there. Called On My Own. And you could think of it as a sad song, but I don't want you to think of that. I just want you to think of it as a relaxing song. Okay, so let's have a little go. On my own, pretending he's beside me, all alone I walk with him till morning. Without him I feel his arms around me, and when I lose my way I close my eyes and he has found me. In the rain the pavement shines like silver, all the lights are misty in the river. In the darkness the trees are full of starlight, and all I see is him and me forever and forever. And I know it's only in my mind that I'm talking to myself and not to him. And although I know that he is blind, still I say there's a way for us. I love him, but when the night is over, he is gone. The river's just a river. Without him the world around me changes. The trees are barren everywhere, the streets are full of strangers. I love him, but every day I'm learning. All my life I've only been pretending. Without me his world will go on turning. The world is full of happiness that I have never There we go. So I hope you felt that that was relaxing for you, and thank you for listening. So, just going to chat about tips on how you can make a difference, I feel, by leveraging YouTube. So, let me just sit back in the center a little bit again. So, I'm a baby YouTuber, really. I'm an older YouTuber, but a fairly new YouTuber for really focusing on YouTube. I've been doing YouTube I've been putting videos on there for about 3 years, really, but not focusing on it at all, not thinking about answering specific questions or building my audience up on there. And in the last 3 weeks, I have been working with a friend of mine to monetize my YouTube channel by Christmas. We're doing a challenge together. And if you're anything like me, if you have an accountability partner and an exciting challenge that's not too demanding and difficult and will lead to burnout, and not too easy either, but somebody who's a good friend and who's not going to sort of push you and intimidate you because they're miles better than you, all those things. And my friend Jo Wildsmith, she really ticks all those boxes for me. And so we're doing this together, and it's been a lot of fun and very, very interesting. And I feel like for the first time, really, I'm starting to make a difference to people who need and appreciate and are in the same boat as me. You know, I'm making a difference to their lives. I'm helping them. And that has been such a help for my health. I'm not there yet. I've got 62 subscribers, I think, today, as we speak today, which is a lot of people, actually, isn't it? If you think about it, compared to other people who think, oh, that's hardly anything. But actually, that's a lot of people who feel that I can help them, feel that I'm worth watching and for different reasons. And that is mega. And I'm starting to get comments from people to say, oh, thank you so much. That's really relaxing. Or I really enjoyed that. Or as Keith says here, that's really beautiful, which is really lovely of you, Keith. Thank you. So things like that. I've been doing live videos and videos for, as I said, quite a long time, but I haven't been really focusing on YouTube and building my audience, and it's been a little bit soul destroying, really, because I haven't been seeing that difference that I've been making, and my energy levels to do this. I need a lot of energy to sit down on a chair for a start and go live. You have to be a bit larger than life to go live. You have to just amp yourself up a little bit, amp your character up to a little bit, rather than just nobody's really going to listen to it most of the time if you're like that. So it does take quite a lot of energy, and before I've been doing all sorts of live shows and putting a lot of energy into it and not getting much back for it, and that's hard. So YouTube is great for that if you start building your audience on there, and that just gives you a lift and makes you realize that the difference that you're making. And then if you can encourage people to take some action with you, like in my descriptions of my videos, I say that you can download my lifestyle hacks, which will help you. It's free. And then people can get emails from me, or, people can have coaching or join my natural beauty skincare course to help their skin, help them look and feel better with their skin. things like that. You can start making an income in ways, different ways, by leveraging YouTube, even if you're in bed. Isn't that such a blessing? If we've got chronic health conditions like that and we feel that we're sort of stuck at home, we can make a difference in this world and get that lovely feedback from people. I mean, we're always going to get negative people randomly spamming and things like that. But we can just learn to fob that off and think that person's got a problem. It's not my problem. But we can really focus on the people who need us. And I think that is mega. And that is starting to really help me, really lift me, and really encourage me to make more content and help my energy levels massively. So that is what has enabled me to be able to show up here live today in August and do my podcast, the first time I've done it since April. And from April, I only did one, like the one before that I did was like a couple of months before that. My energy and the difference that I feel I was sort of not making really, and I was thinking, is it worth it? It didn't feel like it was worth it when I was doing that randomly before, but now I'm starting to focus on YouTube, and I'm only live on YouTube right now. Would you believe it? So Keith is absolutely right. Keith is watching the live stream, and he is saying that I've now got 65 subs. Woohoo! Have I got a little sound effect for that? Because that is cool. Little bicycle horn if you heard that. Whoop, whoop. I've got 65 subs. Thank you, Keith. That's great. And yes, Keith has seen a little video that I did on YouTube of me sitting in my chicken coop. I adore my rescue hens, and I shared a little secret that getting more chickens was my goal. Yes, I absolutely adore animals, and that's one of my goals. So thanks so much for watching, guys, on the live or on the replay. Really appreciate you make a big difference to my life, and I hope I'm making a difference to your life too. And I hope that we can chat together maybe this time next week. That would be amazing. So if you've got any encouraging things to add in the comments, I would really appreciate that, and we can lift each other up. So with this relaxing music and relaxing scene, I'm going to love you and leave you, and hope that we can do this again next week. How about it? Yeah? Take care, guys. Bye. Ooh.